So, the prologue is complete, and that means that the new season of the WEC is now underway. As race day approaches for the Qatar 1812 kilometer, during the sessions we got our first look at the 2025 grid, which included cars like that all-new Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR LMH. So this is a full report on what happened during the 2025 prologue for the World Endurance Championship. A total of 4 WEC sanctioned test sessions took place at the Lusail International Circuit near Doha, Qatar, and the event featured all 36 cars participating in the upcoming season opener. In Session 1 on Friday the 21st of February, a few red flags caused by some moments out on track saw relatively little running for the hypercars and GT3s. The most serious of the temporary pauses in the session was when the number 77 Proton competition Ford Mustang caught on fire, which unfortunately caused the entry to not participate in any further sessions with its LMGT3 rivals. Another entry that encountered an issue which brought out a red flag was the number 6 Porsche Penske 963, which underwent an engine change. However though, last year's Drivers' Championship winning car would return to the track for further running. Overall, the first session in the hypercar class was topped by Robert Kubica, who set a 1 minute 41.673 in the number 83 yellow AF Corsa Ferrari. Meanwhile, it was the number 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing entry that completed the most laps with 78 laps turned by the GR010. In LMGT3, the timesheets were topped by a significantly improved Lexus RCF GT3, as 2023 IMSA GTD Pro champion Ben Barnico set a 1 minute 55.862 in the number 78 Akotis ASP Lexus. Then, when it came to the mileage, the number 31 Team WRT BMW set the most laps. In total, 70 laps in the session were set by the new M4 GT3 Evo. For Session 2, which in fact happened later on Friday, the center of attention was Cadillac Hertz Team Jota, as the partnership started out well, with the Cadillac V Series R entries setting the 2 fastest times of the session in hypercar. British racer Alex Lynn would be the driver that set the pace, as he put in a 1 minute 39.575 in the number 12 Jota Cadillac, with his teammate Sebastian Bourdais behind by just around 2/10 in the mighty 38, while Antonio Fuoco continued Ferrari's pace into the second session, and rounded off the top 3 in the number 50 car. When it came to the mileage, the number 8 Toyota and the number 20 BMW both set a total of 121 laps, to equal for the most laps completed out of the hypercar entries. Over in LMGT3, Akotis ASP and Lexus continued their strong form from the earlier session, but this time it was the sister car that set the pace, with Argentinian Jose Mario Lopez setting a 1 minute 55.862 in the number 87 Lexus. As for the laps, the 2 McLarens from United Autosports tied for the most laps completed, as in total they finished with 108 laps. For Session 3, this would take place on Saturday, February 22nd, and the cars would have an extended period from the original 4-hour session, as time was added following an over 1-hour delay, following a crash for the number 10 Racing Spirit of Le Mans Aston Martin. Thankfully though, driver Derek de Boer was okay from the incident. Overall, it was reigning Drivers' World Champion Kevin Estre that put his number 6 Porsche Penske on top, with a 1 minute 40.428 lap time, and he was followed by the 3 Ferrari 499P entries, which placed ahead of Jenson Button's number 38 Cadillac. It also just goes to show that even though Porsche Penske Motorsport had that issue in the first session for the number 6 car, it wouldn't affect their progress in the prologue. Meanwhile, completing the most laps of the session was Antonio Fuoco, who finished with 92 laps in the number 50 Ferrari AF Corsa entry. In LMGT3, this time it wasn't Lexus on top, but regardless, the number 78 car from the team would still claim third with an impressive session once again from Akotis ASP. This time, it would be a Chevrolet Corvette on top, as the number 33 Corvette Z06 GT3R would have the fastest time, with former ELMS LMP2 champion Johnny Edgar in the car, and he set a 1 minute 55.200 for TF Sport, while the second Corvette from the British team, which was the number 81 car, would conclude the session with the most laps completed, with a total of 79. For the fourth and final session of the Qatar Prologue, the hypercar field would be headed by a manufacturer that hadn't previously gone fastest. First, it was Ferrari on top, then it was Cadillac, and then Porsche. Now in session 4, it was BMW that had the fastest time, as Robin Freins set a 1 minute 38.971 in the number 20 BMW M Hybrid V8. And not only was this the fastest time of the entire prologue, but the time was faster than the qualifying pole lap by Matt Campbell in 2024 for the Qatar race. Speaking of last year's pole lap, the car that achieved that result, the number 5 Porsche, actually completed the most laps in session 4 of the prologue, with 119 in total. Meanwhile, over in LMGT3, the session was topped by Vista AF Corsa, as the number 21 Ferrari 296 GT3 went fastest with Simon Mann behind the wheel, with the American racer setting a 1 minute 54.790 lap time, and actually it was a Ferrari 1-2 in the GT class, as the second car from the team went second on the timesheets. When it came to the mileage, the number 59 McLaren would be the car that completed the most laps, with 106 in total set by the 720S GT3 Evo. I also wanted to point out that the new Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR LMH cars had productive test sessions during the prologue in Qatar. The two Aston Martins from the Heart of Racing squad completed a combined total of 549 laps, with the best lap completed set by the 007 Aston Martin, which was a 1 minute 41.089 in the final session. And despite a minor spin for Ross Gunn in one of the sessions, neither car encountered a major issue. So that completes this prologue report for the WEC in 2025. What are some things that you learned from the sessions as we near race day in Qatar? Well, make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like endurance racing, definitely subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I'm releasing videos on a weekly basis regarding the WEC, IMSA, Intercontinental GT, and much more. To watch more content now, check out these suggested videos I've put on screen. For now though, that's all from me. Thanks for watching.